All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Nekomonogatari, episode
White.
5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, White episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
Hanakawa is at a crossroads.
She's accepted Black Hanakawa.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But she also left her one last wish, which is not comforting considering how Hanakawa's been doing.
Yeah. So that's something we're gonna have to deal with. We were brought back to introducing characters from the past, like episode or Sode-san, as the newly introduced Gain Senpai,
as well as Mrs. Araragi and Gain.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Both were amazing.
Yeah, both those characters were fantastic. Their introductions, they're mirrored kind of talking down to Hanakawa and giving her a little bit of a hey wake up, you know. And that whole thing was fantastic.
I just realized the reason that we're actually seeing Mrs. Araragi here is because, well, from Araragi's perspective, right, why would his mom be in the story, right? You know, because it's his mom, whatever.
Yeah.
But from Hanakawa's perspective, this is the mom of the guy that she likes.
Yeah.
You know, so then it's more relevant.
It is more relevant, but I mean,
yeah.
We also had a conversation between the Fire Sisters and Hanakawa, where some very, very good stuff was exchanged there.
Yes.
that was fantastic. And then Hanakawa being a bit reflective. There was that scene on Araragi's bed.
Yes.
That was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we're potentially getting a tiger confrontation of sorts because Gain predicted is either today or tomorrow, and I mean, unless we do another crazy little time skip or chapter skip, which we could do, it might actually end up being something like that to kind of remind us. So, by the way, if you didn't clue in already, what's happening when these skips happen, not just it being Black Hanakawa, but in how it relates potentially to the tiger.
Yeah. But Hanakawa does need to be the one to defeat it, is the important thing. So we'll have to see how this goes. Yeah.
Gain's whole thing of, you can't stop it. No one can save you. No one.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. This is going to be something. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone. We're going to be starting the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 now. Okay. Yes. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not true.
Come on. Wow.
But this is good.
Yeah, this is good.
Yep.
It's that mix of her feeling like she's going to her death, but it's also asking for help.
Right.
So, that's good. Like, what I'm excited about this is this feels like the bit in the story where Hanakawa is going to actually grow a ton, like, regardless of how it ends, you know.
Right.
Because I don't know how this show handles death, but
well, okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Even if Hanakawa were to die, they could have it work and basically make it be something where it's not that, in some ways, it's not that Hanakawa is actually dead. It's that the part of her that was left after suppressing the other sides of herself is dead, right?
Yeah, that's something that would be wonderful. I would love that, because it would be her almost letting it die in a way, being like, this remaining part of me. Yeah.
All those parts of herself. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Nice. She jumps out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Is free. Yeah. To fly. Tsubasa Tiger Part 5. Oh my god. Nice.
Right. Okay.
Yep. As they discussed in the previous. Oh. Wow. Dang.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. I love these visuals.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh. All three together.
Yep.
Good.
Awesome.
Hanakawa. Way to go. Ah.
Good for you. Not at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So how's it gonna go? Dang. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, like, definitely it's like that. Okay. But it's necessary for change. Meandering. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Huh?
Of course.
Oh.
Naruhodo.
Write something back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
Awesome.
Ooh.
That's a shot.
All right. Oh, here's the tiger. Oh. Wow. Oh, of all negative emotions. Okay. So envy is probably just the strongest one. Oh, yeah. There's the crossroads again. Yep. Hmm. I love the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. Oh, that's Senjugahara's. Oh, wait, no.
That's quite a saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Given her situation, yeah.
Because she always wanted a sister.
Yeah. Huh?
Okay.
I could have. Yeah, I was waiting for that. Doesn't matter about intent.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. So it is Senjigahara's place, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, dang.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Oh,
wow. That's so chilling.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, will continue to be real. Yeah, good one. Nice. Nice.
Cool. All right.
Awesome. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Ah, so fast.
Awesome.
We're going to go back and check all those out for
It's
sure.
your curfew.
That's brilliant. Return to me. Oh, here we go. Oh. Is it actually doing something, though? Oh, crap. Get off, get off, get off, get off.
But nope, she's going to keep up. Yeah.
It's so huge, like, when you get close. Ah.
Yep.
And maybe that'll reach you. Oh,
she made me her family.
Yeah. Oh, Hanekawa. Nice. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's a shot.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh. Huh. Okay. Oh. Muda, muda, muda. Wow.
The burn on her chest looking like a heart.
Yeah. Araragi!
What? Oh! Yeah!
Oh my god!
Wait.
What?
What? What?
Oh my god. Whoa. 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 Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Good. Oh. Whoa. Oh. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Of course he is. Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. Good. Good. Awesome. I'll help you with studying.
Yeah.
Oh.
My heart burned down.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Oh, so just. Yeah. Yeah.
High voltage.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh. Hmm. Ha. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And she's going to cry, right?
Everything's healing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is perfect. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's cool having her hair be black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
This is perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, hearts are burning. Oh, wow. Yeah.
No skip.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Nice.
Oh, each morning.
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa. Awesome. Oh, this is huge. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. Oh, what? Oh, that's just... Yeah. To become you. Yeah. Yes, yes. Who knows?
Guess you
but
better decide.
But she'll be you. Nice. Well done. Well done.
Okay.
That was a perfect end to it. Wow. And there's still so much you can do with this, with Hanakawa's whole arc in general, but that was
well, right, because now it's the after.
Wow, tying it all the way back to Bake with Hachikuji. Wow.
Yeah, her being able to see Hachikuji.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
And you did. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, you are.
It would be the Fire Sister. Aww. Huh. Kabuki Monogatari. Mayo Jiangshi. She's home. She's home.
Yep.
Like I love the emotion of this whole episode. I love the visceral nature of it, of a heart basically torn apart and rebuilt back together. It's so perfect. But I just love the triumph of having Hanakawa finally win by letting herself lose, by letting herself just There's so much in it that I love. I have to know, Araragi, what's your story, man?
Yeah.
What happened? You arrive in here with the sword like a badass.
Tattered clothes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly something was happening.
And
will we ever find out? Who knows? I
think we almost have to find out. I think we're gonna be. I think we still gotta have some stuff in there because this is.
I don't know if I can deal with another time switcheroo though.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Especially since the next part is for Hachikuji. So unless maybe Aragi and Hachikuji were going on an adventure like in parallel or something, and that's what because it seems like if they were going to tell the story of what was happening during, they would want to do it right after. Like, I mean, it's Monogatari, so I mean they can do whatever they want, but
sure.
But like, because
okay, so we got a lot in this episode. There was a lot being established within the earlier parts of the episode where we got the whole letter being written and we had the details of it. And Hanakawa kind of acknowledging the parts of herself that she's seen as darker in the past. And how she'll be willing to accept them back and be okay with that. And in some ways, you know, finally ask someone for help. And that's fantastic. It's brilliant because she's the one, you know, she's the one that's going to solve this whole thing, right? Because that's her. But the idea that she's willing to face her own inadequacies while also asking herself to be strong and help, basically. And her
own inner demons. So one of the things that, like, okay, so one of the things that I really liked here, even though, you know, on the surface, you could look at the battle between Black Hanakawa and the tiger, and basically say that you know, okay, well, they need to have some, you know, they wanted to have some well animated action and whatnot here.
I mean, because it was only a small portion.
Right.
It's a very small bit too,
and it's great that we got that good animation in there. But the thing is that,
it's not the.
That's not what it's about, right?
No,
it's
of course not.
Well, but the thing is that, but the fight needed to happen.
The contest of strength of will.
Well, yeah, because the thing is that Hanakawa couldn't just decide, oh, it's a part of me, I'm going to bring it back into myself.
Well, no, it's already taken on a life of its own. It's not
exactly
going to. It's not going to.
Right.
Yeah, it's not going to stop like that.
She's basically been this side of her has basically taken hold of her.
Oh yeah.
Right? And now she needs to defeat it, right? And it's an actual battle that needs to happen. It's an actual defeating. Yes. It's not something of just, you know, making a decision and
making you know, amends with it.
Right. You know, it's you don't just flip a switch and everything is fixed. It's not how it works, right?
Yeah.
Now, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, in the literal sense, it doesn't have to be through, you know, some, you know, crazy sword getting flung from, you know,
which
way
is the
far
equivalent of a switch being flipped and suddenly you win the fight, though.
Right, yeah. So, you know, but the whole idea of the fight happening,
right? You
know, there's that, but then the whole idea that she fought as much as she possibly could.
Yes, exactly.
And it wasn't enough.
Yeah,
it wasn't enough. And she needed someone else to come in and help her out.
Yep.
Right? And even though she and the way they used the mechanics of all of these supernatural aspects here to represent how it would be how it is for Hanakawa as a person, I think is fantastic, because Araragi throws the sword, right? He cripples the beast, right?
Yeah. He doesn't kill it.
He doesn't kill it.
Yeah.
He doesn't kill
That's
it because
a very
he
important
can't kill
thing.
it.
Yep.
And the thing is then when they talk about it's wounded,
yes,
you need to act now before it recovers.
Right.
Because if you don't act right now, it will recover, and who knows if we'll be able to stop it.
Right. It's a perfect example of when you basically get to your lowest point with your you know, your mental issues that you're dealing with, and then you beg someone for help. You're like, I'm willing to humble and be full of humility and just ask for help. Someone comes along to help you, or in some ways you yourself now have the strength to, you know, to help yourself.
Both are working in conjunction.
Right. And then you have basically a person come in and go, here's the tool via which I'm going to give you the opportunity to end this. Now the thing is that this thing is still going to live on inside you. You're not going to be done with this for the rest of your life forever, but you are going to beat
Right.
You are going to beat it now.
It doesn't have a hold of you anymore.
Exactly. It's
you
not
are
going to
its
control
you are
you.
now its master.
It's master, exactly.
Yeah.
And when Hanakawa did the drain touch, the energy drain on it, and that was the final act of bringing the energy which she had basically let out into the world and now taken on its twisted form of burning whatever it touched back into herself.
And which is great because the whole fact that she had a drain touch thing, like, okay, because originally when they brought up the whole idea of the metal cat and the drain touch and all that stuff, I was kind of like, okay, that seems a bit like uncreative given that we already have a vampire. Those are basically the same thing, right? Why? What's the deeper purpose for having a drain touch?
Yeah.
Well, the reason is because there's something out there that needs to be brought back inside. Yeah. Right. So the ability is all about taking something from out there and bringing it back inside.
It's like it's essentially foreshadowed, but also now we know in a lot of ways the parts of Hanakawa that was I don't like using the word toxic, but the parts that were unhealthy were basically trying to latch on to things out there to sustain her.
Right.
But the only thing she should be using that ability for is for herself, to bring back in that part of herself that was missing. She couldn't fill the hole that she had with any other, sustenance, emotion, or what have you. I liked how they drew that connection there, that they were focusing on envy because that was the obvious negative emotion that Hanakawa was dealing with that might have spiraled into a whole bunch of other negative emotions. But the tiger was more than that.
Right.
That's why it was so strong. It was all of them.
Yep.
And that is that is why we have the, Nekomonogatari Shiro and Nekomonogatari Kuro.
Right.
And we have the black and white, is that Hanakawa consistently releasing out all that dark negative emotion so that she herself can be pure and perfect and white and full of this goodness and kindness, when in actuality she had no emotion. She had no true feelings within her at that point. So it's something that makes perfect sense if you were dealing with this level of stress, and that you would basically equate all emotion to be bad because it brings me pain, it brings me suffering, it brings me all this other stuff, and I don't want to deal with that, so I will just constantly cut that off. I loved the monologue about the tiger talking about this army of monsters that she would continually create as she dealt with emotion, basically. So that's good.
Hanakawa, really with all the characters in Monogatari, really, like, people have told us, and I absolutely see why, and I kind of agree that your favorite character changes basically just based on who it's focusing on. Right?
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Because they do such a good job with the characters, or should I say, Nisioisin does such a good job with the characters. But Hanakawa, I would say, is not my favorite character, right?
Yeah.
But this arc, she definitely was, and the thing is that as far as the oddities go that we've seen, I would say I relate the most to hers.
Ah, gotcha.
Because of the need to basically the self-imposed burden saying that you need to be perfect, right? And I've been kind of unpacking that a lot recently and trying to get to the bottom of it, and it's and it's also very frustrating because it's not something that's over quickly. It's not over simply, right?
Gotcha.
And there's the whole the part where Black Hanakawa is like, oh man, why am I so weak, right? That I can't just defeat it. I was only able to buy 10 seconds, right?
Right.
And sometimes that's what it feels like, where you do the best you can, but it still feels like you didn't really do anything at all. Like, have I really progressed or gotten any better, since when I started this whole journey, right?
Yeah.
And then usually there will be some outside thing that will basically help remind you, or in this case remind me, and so I didn't expect this, or Hanakawa's story in general, really to affect me much as it has this arc in particular. Like, because
Gotcha.
because with what we saw of Hanakawa in like previous stuff, maybe it was because, you know, we weren't able to truly get a close-up, in-depth look at her because of the walls that she would put up, the facade that she would put up, and things like that, because she wasn't honest with herself or other people. You know, but
yeah, definitely, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, good stuff.
I am very much proud of Hanakawa, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
the idea that what she's doing is bold. In some ways, this is a cool look at her character already post this development.
Oh yeah,
because her getting the whole, you know, the new house and everything, and getting this situation all, you know, prepped and everything for the future. It's her basically saying that I already dealt with one of the toughest things, or the things I thought was going to be one of the toughest things, and that was letting Araragi know, hey, I love you. Would you be interested in dating, you know, with a, you know,
with the intention of, you know,
intent
hopefully
of marriage?
Yeah.
And he rejected her.
Yep.
Because it was the truth. It was honest, and I loved Araragi.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Like he was so much basically writing the line of basically being like, what? You think I'm just some Deus Ex Machina that comes in and saves the day at the last possible second? Who cares? I'm like I'm not that. I'm so much more than that. I'm going to basically give her the honest to God's truth on this whole situation. Oh, if you end up being, you know, horrible,
exactly,
I'll hate you. If you end up being stupid, well, I guess I'll help you study.
Right.
I loved how candid he was about the whole thing, because it seemed like he had prepped. He had prep time before this. And we know he has to have, because he came in with the sword. Yeah. He knew what was going on. He had
his tattered clothes and everything.
Yeah. And Batman came in prepared.
Right.
And was awesome. But how much agency he let her have in this situation was good. Despite being the clinching, you know, weapon on, you know, initiating the beginning of the end, you know. So, yeah. I'm excited to see what he's been doing in the background. That's gonna be
get the feeling, not that it's really important from the perspective of this story, but I get the feeling he's a bit more juiced up on vampire powers right now. Because the thing is, okay, he has the sword, right? And normally Shinobu has that, you know, but she lets him use it in important circumstances, and he threw it from very, very, very far away. Now, and the fact that his clothes are tattered makes me think that he was recently in a fight, right? So, I mean,
there was the whole thing that was going on with Gain and Episode, and you know what they do. So
yeah, it generally involves, at least as far as Episode is concerned, vampires.
Yeah, hunting.
So
and
if Gain called in Episode,
and then there's the two from the past, Yotsugi and
Yozuru.
Yozuru,
Well, so, and Episode said, he's like, I can't help with anything that's not vampires. Like, I'm a vampire specialist. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, maybe Araragi's been, you know, working a whole lot of things in the background and stuff like that. I'm just hoping that we get some of that, because I want to see it.
Okay, the whole bit where, and I love how they made the transition from Black Hanakawa to just Hanakawa.
Yes, that was so good.
Not involve a transformation. That was fantastic, because it shows that Hanakawa has already accepted Black Hanakawa, right? That part of herself, it's a part of her. But so the idea that you're not in, like, I feel like when the characters say something, right? Because Hanakawa and Black Hanakawa have come back together, right? Anything that is said
is Hanakawa.
Is also Hanakawa,
well,
right?
It just is Hanakawa.
Right, it's just Hanakawa, right? Because this
is Hanakawa.
This is Hanakawa. This is who she is. And the part where she talks about how Senjikahara's back there, and this is different, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and the whole thing of, what was it?
We can just go back through the episode.
Yeah. Let's just.
What part?
But it was the part where she was saying that Senjikahara is back in that house, and she starts thinking about basically how Senjikahara was like, take care of her for me.
That's not.
Or that's technically a bit later.
That. That's way later. Yeah.
Yeah. But what was it that was said?
Well, we got to go back and look through all the flash frames really quick. But it's basically my master asked me to do this. That's why I'm doing the impossible. And then
she trusted me to deal with you.
She wants to take care of everything herself. See, that's the thing. It's that it's Hanakawa doing all this. She trusted me to deal with you. And besides, that whole thing of nice to meet you, take good care of Hanakawa-san for me. Yeah, that was wonderful. You know what's interesting? Yeah. There's a really cool thing that I might find a little bit relatable here. Mm-hmm. But the tiger is kind of the perfect, kind of inner demon of Hanakawa. Mm-hmm. Because one of the things that's so simple about the character, if you will, is that it's repetitive. It doesn't really have that much reasoning, if you will. Okay. One of the things that it responds to her statements of truth is how annoying, so annoying. That's why you keep bringing that up. Is basically the rejection of the truth in this instance here, and it's something that all this fire. I burn away that which is basically connecting me to my master and what have you. And when you confront basically the inner demon with the lie with the truth, it's something that it can't actually fight. So instead, it just kind of goes, stop it, stop bringing that up. And that's
I love the line of "come back in its curfew."
It's your curfew. It's time to go to sleep. Okay, I'm going to go and check the.
Let's share a meal together.
Well, no, the flashes of the.
Oh yeah, of all the text.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna check a bunch of these out.
I just love the line of the "let's share a meal together."
Okay. They're so fast; they're hard to find.
And I feel like they're a lot more relevant. This one, I mean, well, we caught some of them, and they're definitely more relevant.
I'm not the one really doing something normal for an aberration here. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. I, Hanakawa Tsubasa, deny it.
Yes, that was fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, so there isn't even one there.
Oh, wait.
Okay, here we go. I might become stupid. I might not be able to laugh. I might sob and cry. That's interesting, because that sounds similar to what Araragi ends up kind of countering with. That's right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
here we go. This one was ridiculously fast. Yeah. Can I do this in slow motion?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Araragi would be really disappointed.
I'm sure I would be able to accept his pranks anymore. And again, I'm sure Araragi, being Araragi, would be happy for me anyway. He's just that sort of person. He just has a good heart. Yep. I'm just so jealous.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yep.
I did the things. What? I don't want to be real. I want to be human. That was sweet.
That was wonderful.
Nice callback to the philosophy of Nisei. Mm-hmm. What is that? What they did to me?
Maybe she's talking about her parents.
Nice. Okay, gotcha. About basically living between the black and the white, not necessarily having to be forced to be one or the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't want the kind of life that I had anymore. Gotcha. Cool. This is good inner thoughts, kind of showcasing, I would say, more so than the form of Black Hanakawa could even show at this point, because there wasn't the full acceptance of all the parts of Hanakawa back into herself, that the inner thoughts are truly Hanakawa. Obviously Black Hanakawa is Hanakawa, but just these thoughts, it's clearly written even in such a way to be
it's giving more definition to what we already are seeing.
That one was pretty important. Talking about how she wants to do everything herself. It's not like
you'd understand. She wants us to take it, wants to give her everything herself.
You have no idea how happy it makes me when she needs me. She felt no shame in doing so. She called me her little sister. She made me her family. Yeah, that's the good stuff. That's the emotional just okay.
Yep.
Yeah, then this
is just me being a sore loser.
yeah, exactly. Her pride being hurt basically because she only was able to hold it back for 10 seconds.
Right. One of the things that I'm also really glad that she brought up in one of the previous ones that we went over, is that I don't think I'll be able to accept Araragi's jokes anymore.
Right.
Because one of the things that I had always gotten the feeling was that while Hanakawa was able to always understand the intent behind Araragi's jokes and everything because she's really smart, right? Mm-hmm. It was still something that annoyed her a bit. Right? Mm-hmm. She didn't fully appreciate it. She would go along with it, and she would be able to to banter and stuff.
Anything, yeah.
Right. She would be able to banter just fine, but that wasn't necessarily what she wanted.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah,
it's part of her frustration with Araragi, basically. Right.
Yeah. So the fact that they had that there is really good, and the fact that this is so relatively early on in Monogatari as a whole. Yeah. I am really excited to see what Hanakawa was like after this.
I agree.
That. Oh man.
Yeah. Then the pain. My skin's burning, but all my pain is forgotten. The burning sensation. What was that one? And she freaks out. Just says his name over and over again. My skin burns with pain, but all my pain is forgotten. The burning sensation in my heart is stronger.
Right. Yep.
I loved that.
Yep.
Oh, Tsukihi-chan had the right idea after all.
What?
Whoa.
So,
wait. She had the right idea after all.
Right. So there was the point when Tsukihi and Hanakawa were talking
with Karin.
Right, but what was it exactly that Tsukihi said?
Oh man. Just let us know in the comments. We'll have the mods pass it along.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just he sets me aflame with
Yep.
I feel like I haven't seen him in 100 years. It's like it does feel like it's been a long time in the anime. A little,
but the accepting of these feelings is it's important.
Yeah, this thing of it screaming in pain, basically. Like having this moment of just like, wait.
That because you could almost say that's also Hanakawa's. I mean, well, this is Hanakawa also, but but that basically
all the emotion that Hanakawa is feeling,
right?
That basically her heart up.
That basically it isn't as far separated from her as maybe she would think.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then there was the part where she realized, maybe drain it. You best hurry. But then there's the part where she realized,
I'll disappear.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So it's like, do you know what you're doing, Araragi? But then it's the thing of, wait,
anymore.
But he read the letter, so he knows everything now.
Yeah.
You know everything, don't you? So then it's the, I'll disappear. I'll never be the same again.
Right. Oh yeah, and that's why he said the same things because he was
going on,
he was saying back the stuff that she put in the letter.
Yeah, exactly.
I cling to his good heart.
Fine if I'm no longer myself. Okay, this part was also pretty rapid fire too, so let's double check that.
It's like single frames.
Yeah, I just have to click really rapidly. Sorry, guys.
This is taking me back to the old YouTube editor days.
I can't help but ask for confirmation. Yeah, that makes sense. I cling to his good heart. I couldn't ask for help until the bitter end. That's how stubborn I am.
Yep.
Wow. Don't ask such stupid questions. You just said it yourself.
Yep.
Wow.
Right.
I love I won't spoil you in a weird way there.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're real friends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. And of course, she's all aflutter. Just, this is, exactly what she wanted.
Yep.
Yeah, being treated like this is what I always wanted. Yeah. Oh. Nice. I just realized, because they showed the fire hydrant thing there, all the things in Senjugahara's house talking about the fire, burning it down and stuff like that, watch out for fires and everything. You know, Hanakawa's whole heart burning up, fire confrontation, everything ended at Senjugahara's, you know.
Right. Well, house. and then showing the fire hydrant, and then suddenly the flames are all gone.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and when he patted her head and comforted her and all that.
Yeah. And she has the courage
to put out the flames.
She has the courage to confess and then to ask him, and then she's like, "Of course, I know that. Does he love her more than me?" He's like, "Well, yeah." I just got rejected. Yep. Like, okay.
I've never been so happy to see a character that I care about get rejected. Like,
yes. Like, right. This is truly a unique experience here. But I'll just say, one of my favorite memories in the past that I still look back on with a lot of pain was a moment where I told a girl finally my feelings for her.
Yeah.
And I got rejected. And I had basically the moment in my head where I'm like, oh, I just got rejected.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It makes me think of the...
And then afterwards you leave and your heart breaks down and you accept the pain and the suffering of the rejection.
And you sob for hours.
And you sob for hours.
Yeah. But like...
It still hurts.
It totally hurts. But like, I feel... Okay, so... So you know that line in KOTOR 2 where Mandalore's like, win or lose, you know, it's honorable, you know, all that stuff. Right. Like Hanakawa won.
Yes.
Just by saying that.
Yeah.
Right. It's not about what Araragi says.
Yep. And then she's able to cry. God, they went all out. See, the fight animation is subservient to the character animation here of her just in so much pain and crying. It's just that's that's sweet. Man.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
This part messed me up.
Yeah.
The whole part with the home afterwards, because like okay, hands down, my favorite song from the Ruby soundtrack is Home, right? Yeah. And best thing to come from Volume 4, other than This Life Is Mine. But the whole idea of home and being home in storytelling hits me really hard.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah. And this, like even if it isn't done well, it hits me hard.
Yeah.
This is done really well.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the proper end to an arc here. And then everything being tied back in together where she gets her parents, her people that she should call that, to have her own room.
Yep.
And then says, doesn't want my little sisters inside my heart to feel cramped, reminding us that it's not over with regards to her own internal struggles.
They are still there.
They are still a part of her, but she's going to accept that. She's not going to reject that. The conflicts will be more around how other people will just react to her being herself and dealing with the full gamut of what it means to be a human being. Having emotion, having good days, having bad days, having moments where you say things you shouldn't say. All that is going to be a part of her experience now, her journey, her story. And Monogatari.
It's a house I don't know at all, but it doesn't feel like I'm sneaking into another person's house. Yeah, it feels more like a house I've long been used to.
Oh, that's a tearjerker. And then can you feel that way just from opening the entrance door with your own key?
Yeah.
And then her thinking back to Hachikuji. Well, look at that. If isn't Hanakawa-san. And then even going back to what I think was a reference to the old school OP for Hachikuji at the time. And then it says, a lost cow, a fitting aberration to bump into when I lost sight of both my family and my home. Basically that at that time, that was her. Yeah. That was basically a part of her story being and gifted to us and all the way back then.
And this part here is twofold, I feel like, at least in that, one, it's telling the audience, hey, that's why, if it, in case you didn't realize, that's why Hanakawa was able to see Hachikuji.
Yep.
The second thing, though, is that Hanakawa's realizing that's why she was able to see Hachikuji, that she has been lost this entire time.
Yeah.
but now she's home.
Now she's home.
And it might get rowdy at home, you know, but she's home.
Yeah. I saw lots of different families. I saw many sides of myself.
Yep.
The idea that she saw many other families, meaning like this whole story has been her. Well, her whole story has been her just figuring out what family looks like and how she can learn and glean from them.
Yep.
And so that's why I was able to become me, you know, in the past tense, you know. But if the past self is just me, then my future self is also me.
Yeah. There's no moment when I'm not myself.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of self will I be tomorrow?
And then the symbolism crossing the threshold.
Yeah. Everyone says it every day like it's natural. But to me, I'm home.
Wow. In terms of like how this arc with Hanakawa, because it does feel like there's been multiple arcs, but in terms of the overarching story with Hanakawa from when we were first introduced to her to now, feels like it's actually over. Well, and yet like they're just saying like, yeah, and now the next segment of her story will just continue on from here on out.
Right.
And okay, can we just talk about it from the standpoint of like they took a character that they could have just had, you know, solve everything and have a little bit of a transformation of sorts.
Sure.
And she's different now.
Yep.
When it's actually more of a thing of just that she's not changed at all. She's just recollected.
Well, and
she's just whole now.
Right. And one of the other things that I love about this,
she'll probably be very similar in a lot of ways to all of that package mixed together. Like,
and also very different, probably.
Obviously. But I meant that's the obvious thing. I'm trying to say that there will be a lot of similarities.
Right, because she's still
that.
Hanakawa.
Yeah.
One of the things that I really love about this is, in some ways, even though I feel like this is not the thing that should be focused on the most by any stretch of the imagination, but how meta Hanakawa is as a character. Because if you think about it, there are plenty of shows out there, especially anime, where you have the character who's the perfect one, right? You know, and they're sort of the Mary Sue, the whatever. You know, they're gorgeous. They are super smart and blah blah blah.
Kind to everyone. They have no personality flaws.
Exactly. Right.
They don't want anything.
Yeah, and it's like those characters. I mean, they can be done well, but that trope is pretty bland.
Not realistic.
Well, it's certainly not realistic, right?
Yeah,
and
it's not human.
Right. So Hanakawa is basically, you take that.
Right.
And the thing is that trope is actually has a semblance of realism, but only on the top layer, only of what you see, right?
Yeah.
So if you actually had someone like that, what would be the stuff that would be underneath?
Yeah.
Right? Let's deal with that.
All this stuff.
And the thing is that, I mean, I'm one person, but I'm sure there are many more who feel like Hanakawa in many different ways and need to see and sort of be led through this process. Because like Hanakawa, they're highly functioning right up to the point where they're not.
Yeah.
Right? Because I mean, all the other people around Hanakawa, if not for the actual oddities, right? Would they have noticed? Would they have seen? Like, now, without the oddities, it would take some other form, right? But like Araragi at the beginning, he had no clue.
Nope.
Like
nope. None the wiser.
Yeah.
If anything, what's kind of nice though is that a lot of the other characters did seem to notice rather quickly. But I like how we look at characters like Senjugahara, and when they noticed, they dramatically focused on it.
Yes,
because that is I would say that's a pretty realistic point of perspective for those that have. They probably Senjugahara is suspected for, in some ways I think we've seen multiple times where Senjugahara is suspected the facade of Hanakawa to be just that.
Right.
But it's the, you're struggling not just with putting up a facade, but also you're struggling that much internally to the point where you are almost like killing yourself multiple times over and over again.
Right.
That in some ways she's just narrowly dodging the, the immolation of her own negative emotions following her everywhere so that she, rests her head just for, a couple days or whatever. Right.
The idea that all of these oddities, all of these parts of herself have been defense mechanisms.
Oh yeah.
Right?
From emotion and from the pain of
right,
that
right,
emotion,
right.
yeah.
But the thing is that they have in many ways kept Hanakawa safe.
Sure.
I mean, she was not doing well.
No.
Right? And without those, she might not have been able to deal with them because she didn't know how to deal with them.
Yeah,
right?
She didn't know how to ask for help.
Exactly. So putting them off in some ways is the best thing for her to do, right? Until she gets to the point where she can deal with it when she has to deal with it,
God. I love how they made the whole connection of, human versus real.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
So one of the things that is obvious with Hanakawa's character up to this point is that she's been a fake.
Right.
And it's a big portion of her character and what have you. But one of the things that they drew the connection to in Nisei, and I thought it was handled brilliantly, is the idea that most all humans are fake.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point in some ways.
Right.
That we all have these things that we put up for the purpose of feeling like it's better for other people if we do it. Which is selfish usually. It's not necessarily the case all the time. So when we have moments where we think about how I'm the only person struggling with this is all my thing is so horrible. It's like, it's horrible, it's painful, it's struggle, but no,
you're not the only one.
Everyone's dealing with this. Everyone's dealing with things that are similar to this. And Hanakawa having all these forms that are drawn as animals, one because the Japanese symbolism and all that, but also to showcase that if she wants to become human again, she needs to reintroduce the animal sides of her, the sides that
are less refined.
Well, that aren't fake.
Right.
So those things aren't allowed. They're not able to be fake. They have no filter. They are just raw emotion that is sealed up in these specific ways. Like Black Hanakawa became a little bit more complicated as time went on because the merging between, regular white Hanakawa, if you will, and Black Hanakawa started to happen as white Hanakawa began to accept Black Hanakawa a little bit more. But I like that in some ways the parts that you would see to be more simple, like you said, more less refined, the parts that are more raw and dangerous or just maybe destructive, if you will.
Oh yeah,
those are still all a part of being human. And you can't just seal off parts of yourself and expect yourself to be okay. Like an example of this is if you were in an athletic competition of sorts and you're competing and you need to do better with a certain level of strength in a certain muscle or what have you. You can't just focus on that muscle and just, grow it to, insane levels. You need to build your lung capacity. You need to build all these other things as well because they support it as well. You're a whole unit. And, then we'll make jokes about the people that skip leg day or something like that.
Yeah. Right.
But all these parts are important. They're all necessary.
Hanakawa was skipping leg day.
Hanakawa was skipping leg day.
And it made a real pretty picture when it was just, one half of her. Right?
Yeah.
When it didn't show everything, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And now we'll get to see her.
Yeah, we'll get to
see her doing
Hanakawa.
leg day. Like I am really excited to see all the times that she doesn't get along well with other characters in the story. Like, this is
it's awesome.
Yep.
There's so many things about character development that are hard to write. Like that I just kind of get frazzled by thinking about. When you have a character that legitimately changes,
right, to the point where it's almost like they're a completely different person.
Like a completely different person, you in some ways have to showcase where they're still the same in order to showcase that their behavior that they're doing at this side. Like an example would be in scene A, they're acting like their old self, but in scene B, they're not acting like their old self. And then you have bleed through on both of them there, but you have to showcase that in the writing.
Right.
And that's not easy to do.
It's really not easy, especially considering that in storytelling, if a lot of times people, when they look at characters, they want characters that are static. Because if they see characters, and not static in the sense that there can't be growth. Right. But the thing is that if it is growth, then they oftentimes want static growth.
They grow in the one direction.
They grow linearly. It's a flat line increase or whatever, right? As opposed to what humans usually do, which is this. And the thing is because that can
and then
feel
sometimes they stop for like a long time, and then they go back and
yep. And the thing, so a lot of the times people can get frustrated when it's like, why are they doing this thing? It feels like they're relapsing, or it feels like the writer is just going on a loop where they don't really know what they want to do with their character, right? Now, granted, there's the aspect of we don't want actual full realism, otherwise we just look at life. There's stories can do things that stories can do, right? But the idea that like having Hanakawa show the ways that she is the same still and the ways that she's different, and showing them in tandem with each other, that could like if it wasn't something where the audience was already primed for it, that could give them the wrong idea of it, something where, oh, I guess she hasn't actually grown, or oh, I guess that she's growing but now she's regressing, or whatever.
Yes, this is something that I'm going to go out on a limb and predict, is that I think we're going to see some brilliant character writing from Hanakawa, because I think a lesser story would have her just suddenly be a different person.
Yeah.
I think a lesser story would write her in such a way that there is no recognizable feature of her in terms of the way she speaks, acts, chooses, things like that.
Or that she's way too similar still.
Well, like, I actually think
that's less likely.
I think that's less likely just overall in general. I do think, though, that my prediction of what will end up happening, though, is because of the way they write this show, there will be a lot of similarities to previous Hanakawa, because we've now gotten the full picture of what Black Hanakawa and the Tiger were, so that when we combine the three in our minds, we go, oh yeah, that looks exactly like Hanakawa, because that would showcase really good writing. That would showcase that there's the, oh yeah, you made big choices, but it's not like we're gonna skip ahead 2 years and see like the results of that with no progression. It's just going to be like, oh, we time skipped and now suddenly Hanakawa's different. It's like,
because
Hanakawa
changed, more. But the way that she changed isn't that she fundamentally changed as a person, but that she accepted herself as a person.
Recollection.
And we have a really good idea based on what we've seen so far, because Hanakawa's got like more screen time in many ways than any of the other characters,
especially after
show.
This whole bit now.
After this whole bit, especially. Certainly so far, right?
Because we haven't seen that much in terms of
like even of Senjigahara, like
because she was Kizu, like she was Kizu with
she was Kizu. She got that real big arc at the end of Bake, like and then
she was in the beginning of Bake too.
Right, and then Neko, Kuro, and now Shiro.
Other than Araragi, she is the
We are very familiar with the kind of person Hanakawa is, with her flaws and everything. But now what we get to see is how she reconciles those parts of herself, right? How she moves forward. So we'll be able to see, yes, I would expect her to get pissed when someone does something, right? Or whatever, right? But now how's she going to handle that? She's going to be open about that maybe, but then, how is she going to decide what she's going to do? Right? So,
all right. Hanakawa, well done.
You're there.
I'm so proud of you. You're home.
Yep.
Yeah. So, that's it.
Yep.
Tsubasa Tiger. Moving on to
Hachikuji
focus.
Which makes me actually a little bit, very excited.
Very excited.
Hachikuji is one of my favorite characters in Monogatari. it's easy to say that about all the characters, but I really feel like Hachikuji is just one of the best.
Yeah.
But it also makes me very worried because the foreshadowing that we've gotten for Hachikuji is the idea that she won't be able to stay around forever.
Mm-hmm.
And that...
And like the fact that we're going straight from Hanakawa's huge story bit here
to Hachikuji. If we get a part where Hachikuji like disappears for good, I'm going to bawl my eyes out. Like I
gotta say, like if this is like okay, Monogatari has like gotten just better and better and better and better and better as time has gone on. But there were very clear like peak episodes along the way. Like very clear moments where it went like, whoa, this is really good. Whoa, this is really good. Whoa.
Episode 12.
Yeah. There's so many moments like that we've seen thus far. But this just arc, this segment of story was so good that like I'm in a little bit of a high right now just thinking that we might go from such goodness to potentially like goodness with a character that I've like also come to appreciate like so much whenever she's around.
Because like at the beginning, I didn't appreciate Hachikuji nearly as much as I do now.
I'm trying to remember actually when Bake was I the big champion of Hachikuji in the beginning?
I don't know. Well, okay, so
I don't remember.
So it I was a bit weirded out by the interactions between Araragi and Hachikuji because even if she's been dead for 10 years or whatever, so, you know, all that, let's just say I'm glad that Araragi and Hachikuji's interactions are different now.
I mean, they're still kind of...
Oh, no, yeah. But the whole idea that, like, Araragi doesn't actually start groping her, you know, now, I appreciate that.
I am just really excited for Hachikuji Focus. If we get anything on the level, like near the level of this, I'm going to be really
especially
really
since if you think about it, the what we've seen from Hachikuji recently has been absolutely amazing, but it hasn't been so much focusing on Hachikuji's character as it has been how she interacts with Araragi, right? And how she helps him with things and things like that, right?
Yeah, if anything, she seems like this kind of wandering sage character,
right?
Where she's literally I am the undead immortal spirit of good advice that wanders around and says little poetic platitudes of yes.
Kamimashite.
Yeah.
But what is her story?
Yeah.
What of her story is left? Because there's the whole idea of her being a ghost and her being dead, right? And her eventually disappearing.
Well, she's got find what she's looking for.
Right, she's got to find what she's looking for. But how are they going to handle that? Because, I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But y'all, if you don't want to wait and see, you don't want to watch the next episode's reaction to the next episode right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there, and any level of support gets you access to our Discord where you can chat with us about these stories, about anime in general. You can get involved with the community there. There's a lot of people discussing Monogatari. We've got a whole bunch of fun stuff going on in there as well, and you can also talk with Jacob about his book.
Yes, my sci-fi novel Battle Lines is still available for order on Amazon. The link is in the description below, so go check it out. And if you get it, make sure to leave a review and let people know what you think.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.